Seyshel Beach. Recently, this planet was liberated by a group of Helldivers who have become known as the Beach Divers. And the day of its liberation was declared a holiday, Avenging Day. In this video, I want to tell the story of the Beach Divers, and why they fought until the sands of the beach, stained with illuminate blood, were bluer than its ocean. Our story begins in 2001, the age of the Xbox. In November, a new video game would launch known as Halo Combat Evolved. You might have heard of it. What you might not know is that about a month before its release, on October 30th, a prequel novel was released titled Halo: The Fall of Reach. In the Halo universe, Reach was the name of a human colony planet that was destroyed by a group of hostile aliens known as the Covenant. The capital of said planet was New Alexandria. This will be important later. The book would cover various events that led up to the story of the Halo game, including how Reach was destroyed. The events of Reach would be referenced in the mainline games, but in September 14th of 2010, they released a spin-off prequel game set on the planet during the fall of Reach. Players play as a subject of the Spartan Super Soldier program on a team of Spartans named Noble. You play as Noble 6, and the game follows a story that somewhat diverges from the novel. It ends with the player as the last surviving member of Noble team tasked with surviving an onslaught of Covenant soldiers until 6 finally falls. Now, it's important to note that the novelization was adapted to a comic book by Marvel, an animated miniseries, and in the live-action series. But there are discrepancies between these pieces of media over the story of Reach. In an interview about the discrepancies, the creative director claims the events of the games are to be considered prime canon, so the video game story is the canon story of Reach. So all that's really cool. What does any of this have to do with a random planet in Helldivers 2? Well, let's talk about Seyshel Beach. It is a planet with one large supercontinent. Beach is located in a Cancri system. As you can see, it's kind of in the middle of the sector and it's connected to multiple planets. Its major regions include a settlement by the name of Beachview, a town named Accountant Graber, a city named The Villas, and a megacity named New Alexandria. If you recall, that was the name of the capital of Reach. The planet was, for a time, under the control of the Illuminate faction. The Illuminate are a species of hostile aliens that share some similarities with the Covenant from Halo, mostly design-wise. Now, on August 26th, Helldivers 2 officially launched on Xbox, and along with it came an official Halo crossover with the ODST Warbond. ODST stands for Orbital Drop Trooper, and they're a branch of the Marines in the Halo universe that, much like Helldivers, drop into combat from orbit. This Warbond brought weapons, armor, and skins directly inspired by Halo. So now we have a massive group of new players entering the game. One of the most famous series from their platform is doing a crossover event with their new game, and there is a planet that is a clear reference to that series. For some of these players, the goal was clear. After all of these years, they had a chance to avenge Reach. Eventually, they would liberate New Alexandria on September 16th, which triggered an announcement from High Command congratulating the Beach Divers on their dedication. This was right around the 15th anniversary of the release of the game Halo Reach, which again was released on the 14th of September. The fight over the planet continued with progress, rising and falling over time, as other players would assist the Beach Divers in their personal vendetta between major orders. It wasn't until October 13th that the planet would finally be liberated, and 4 days later the announcement was made that the date would become a holiday known as Avenging Day.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch, and because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us, and with it we can rebuild.
Now, I thought this story was pretty cool, so I wanted to make a video on it. I think what I really like about this story is its timeline. You have the city being liberated about 2 days after the 15th anniversary of the release of Halo Reach, and the planet itself liberated about 17 days before the 24th anniversary of the original novel's release. And that's going to do it for this short video. I hope to be making more Helldivers content in the future, so if you like this video, I don't know, you can subscribe if you want, or comment, or do both. But in either case, have a nice day. Either way. Goodbye.